What's good, y'all? It's Wealthy XP here, and this video is going to be a follow-up to my last video, which was top 5 things that we don't want to see brought back into Xenoverse 3. This video is top 10 things we're excited to see in Xenoverse 3, right? And we're going to be starting out with the basics and then going on to the more interesting things as this video goes on. You're going to see why we're starting out with the basics as I get into it. And the first thing is something that I'm sure you guys all could have predicted, you all would expect, which is better netcode. We need better netcode in Xenoverse 3, right? Netcode like Fighter Z would be ideal, but they have rollback, right? And unfortunately, arena fighters can't have rollback because rollback accounts for possibilities and predicts your next move to prevent lag, right? That's how the system works. But mathematically speaking, going from 2D to 3D adds a whole entire dimension, a whole nother dimension of possibilities to the equation in this rollback type netcode, right? And there's too many things to account for, which is why we haven't seen it, and we most likely won't ever see rollback in an arena fighter, right? And it's pretty upsetting, actually. It's pretty unfortunate that that's the reality of the situation. It's just how the rollback netcode works, and hopefully they can figure out a way to do it or a way to just improve the netcode in general. I don't know, but for right now, that's all we have, right? We're gonna have the netcode that Bandai is able to give us. It'll probably be similar to Sparking Zero's netcode, as unfortunate as that is, right? If we're being completely realistic. But I hope that it's improved. I really do. The number 2 thing that we need to see in Xenoverse 3 that we're all excited for is custom auras, right? We need custom auras and aura effects. There should be 2 categories of auras, right? There should be normal auras and special auras. Special auras are specific auras that cast characters have, or unique developer auras, right? Some examples of special auras are Ultra Instinct, right? That aura is very unique. It's a very special aura, right? That's by definition. It's a very exotic type of aura, right? Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. That aura is so fire. It's just a really sick aura. It's just awesome, right? That's a special aura. That's one of those auras that, you know, it's one of the best auras in Dragon Ball. Most people agree on that. Infinite Zamasu. He has a very unique aura. He has a special aura. I would consider that a special aura, right? Super Saiyan God, that fiery aura, I would consider that a special aura as well, right? And then we have unique developer auras that the developers could actually create auras, and that could be a thing that they create for us to have more content to work towards. We can have more things that we can be trying to earn, and that can also be something that they can make buyable, right? If I want to, I should be able to buy the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Aura too. I should be able to buy it, or I should be able to grind for it in the game. But the grind should not be RNG, which is what I'm going to explain here. Special auras must be unlocked through a max difficulty requirement, okay? So it has to be something incredibly difficult in the game to get these special auras. You don't just get them for free. Your normal aura, you can customize that for free, right? You can make it aura purple, you can make it blue, you can make it red. You can customize your regular aura and some effects around your aura for free. You can do that for free, right? Without any going into any quest or doing anything, unlocking anything. You should just be able to just do it at the menu screen when you are picking your character, when you're customizing your character. Everyone should be able to customize their aura on a default without having to unlock it or anything. But when it comes down to these special auras that I've just described, these ones must be unlocked through a max difficulty requirement. Not through RNG, but something intentionally difficult, like a survival mode with scaling difficulty, for example, right? Which I'll talk more about later in this video, but that is how these special auras should be treated, okay? So we're gonna have 2 categories. Like I said, we have the normal auras, and the normal auras are the ones that we can all edit. We can change our aura. We could have an aura slider. There should be like a slider with, basically, you know how they have that rainbow little setup and they'll have the slider and you can put it anywhere, kind of like how you choose the color of things in certain editing apps. We should have a slider like that for the aura, so we could slide it literally to any color on the rainbow. And we want custom aura effects as well. So for example, if I don't want to have lightning around my Super Saiyan 2 aura, right? Hypothetically speaking, I love the lightning around the Super Saiyan 2 aura, by the way, I do. But hypothetically speaking, if I don't want to have the lightning around my Super Saiyan 2 aura, I should be able to change that. I should be able to swap it with the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution aura effects, right? Those sparkling little effects, you know, those little twinkling effects, those sparkles inside of Vegeta's aura when he's in Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. I should be able to change my Super Saiyan 2 lightning effect to that effect. Or I should be able to put both effects on top of each other. I should be able to layer effects on the aura. Like, let us go crazy with the auras. Really, this is what I'm basically trying to say, you guys. Let us go crazy with the aura customization and everything that we can do with that. If you want to make some stuff hard to unlock, you can give an option to pay for it as well. If you want to do that, that's fine. Give us that option though. We need to have that type of customization in the game. It's very important, right? Number 3 is more races. This is incredibly important. We need more races, right? And the great thing is that we have Daima. So we've actually seen the demon race. We've seen the demon realm races, right? Obviously not just Namekians. We have Glins. We also have that Deborah type of demon, like the Deborah type demon. You know what I mean? We have all of these things now. And so those should be added to the game. We should see androids as well, right? And I saw Six World in President Rose's stream. He was like, oh, androids are just humans. Like, androids are just humans, but like robotic or whatever. Or what did he say? He said they're just humans with infinite energy. He said something like that. And it's like, no, they're not. Androids are not just humans with infinite energy, bro. Think of Cell. Think of Gamma 1. Think of Gamma 2, right? Those are not humans, right? So no, androids are not just humans with infinite energy. That was retarded, Six. I'm not gonna lie. that was actually retarded, bro. The next one that we need to see is the Tuffle race, right? Not actually Tuffles. This Reddit post sums it up best, right? So we don't actually need to see Tuffles, but this Reddit post from u/temporal god says, I love the fact that when people ask for Tuffles as a playable race in the Xenoverse series, they really mean that they want Neo Machine mutants. It's cool since they would play kind of like a fusion of Majin and Saiyans, right? So that is really awesome. It's a really cool idea, right? So when I say I want the Tuffle race, I don't want those bum ass niggas who's getting annihilated by fucking King Vegeta and them niggas. Nah, I don't want them bum ass Tuffle niggas, bro. Those mutants that we see in Dragon Ball GT, I think we should see those, right? And like he said, it would play like a fusion of Majins and Saiyans. So it would actually be one of the coolest races if we had these Neo Machine mutants in the game. Oh my god, that would be so sick, yo. We need that. We need those Neo Machine mutants in the game. We need that. Number 4 is better physics, right? And also we need other races too. Those are just 3 examples of races that they can add. Any other races they can add is good as well, right? But number 4 is better physics, right? And when I say that, I mean hair, clothes, tails. They should all move similar to Sparking Zero, actually. That's actually one of the things that people don't talk about, but it's one of the best things about Sparking Zero, to be honest, is the physics in that game are amazing. Not the physics when you're falling out of the sky and stuff like that. Not the battle physics. Not the battle physics, but I'm talking about the hair, the clothes, and the tails. In Sparking Zero, those physics are great because you can actually see it. The hair moves when you're fighting in Sparking Zero. Like when you're fighting someone in Sparking Zero, your hair moves. And it doesn't move in a jarring type of manner or an unrealistic way. It moves in a way that it looks like it should move. Like it moves in a good way. You know, it actually looks really good. That's one of the best things about Sparking Zero, for sure. Right? The way the tails move, Great Ape Vegeta. Inside of Sparking Zero, when you see him fighting, like his tail actually moves around while he's fighting. When he's getting hit, it moves. When he's fighting, when he's moving around, it actually appears like it's a different appendage, like it has its own physics, right? Which is how things should be, right? So yeah, clothes, hair, and tails should have their own physics, man. We need to see all of the physics improved across the board. Xenoverse definitely had some last gen physics, right? Which makes sense. It was a very last gen game, right? Number 5 is deeper CAC customization. We need more physical features and body types. We need this. We need sliders for nose size and shape, head size and shape, arms, legs, feet, torso, hair length, etc. We need all of these things on a slider, right? For the size and the shape of it. Okay, so if I want to make the shape a certain type of shape, if I want to make the size a certain type of size, I should be able to use a slider and increase it to whatever degree I want. If I want to give my character a big old head like Master Roshi, Raccoon has a big ass head too, right? If I want to have a big ass head like Raccoon, then I should be able to do that. I should be able to make my head big like Raccoon. I should be able to do that, right? And I also should be able to have like body hair, right? For Saiyans specifically, we should be able to have body hair. Specifically for Saiyans, we should be able to have body hair. And I should be able to make my character look kind of like a Super Saiyan 4 or something like that. Whatever I want to make it look like. If I want to make more body hair than what we've normally seen, I should have that too. And I should be able to change the colors of it and have all of those same sliders that I've mentioned with everything else. Like a lot of this stuff is like slider based. Like sliders is the best way to have customization because it allows for you to change it and manipulate things to the greatest extent. Okay, so we need those things. And for Saiyans, we should have custom hairstyles that we can create entirely from scratch, right? Like with sliders, like I said, like I should be able to make the hair a certain type of thing. I should be able to actually create a hairstyle from scratch even before I have a slider. I should be able to like piece together each part of my hair. You know what I mean? If I want to make my character look like this, I should be able to make him look like that, right? I should be able to make him look like this. This is fire. Make me feel like a kid again. Make me feel like a child again, Bandai. Come on. Come on, you guys. Like these games that you guys have been dropping have not been hitting recently. And this is my one chance to feel like a kid again. I was genuinely like 11 years old when Xenoverse 2 dropped, okay? Because I was 9 years old in 2013 when GTA 5 dropped. I was 9 years old in 2013. I'm pretty sure I was like, no, I was 12 years old. I was 12 years old. I was genuinely 12 years old, you guys, when Xenoverse 2 dropped. I was 12 years old. So, come on. I want to feel like that again. Make me feel like I was 12 again, you guys. Really, please improve this. I want, number 6, I want fully customizable combos, okay? This is where it gets very interesting, you guys, and I hope you guys have been sticking along this far. And if you have been sticking along this far, please leave a like, you guys. Leave a like, subscribe, you know, show support. But, yeah, number 6 is fully customizable combos. For example, in a Absolver, right? There's this game called Absolver, and it's made by the people who made Sifu, right? In Absolver, you can completely build out your entire combo chains from scratch. This already exists, so I don't want to hear anyone calling this delusional. I do not want to hear a single person call this delusional because this already exists in Absolver. What? You can build your combos from scratch? You can build completely unique combo chains? Yes, it exists in other games. Okay? It's not delusional. It's just a lot of people have Stockholm syndrome and they're willing to accept less. Yeah, these things already exist. Yes, there's much better systems already. Okay? We also need fighting styles, right? We should have fighting styles like parry styles. We should have berserker offensive styles, kind of like a grappler, like a Broly type, like that type of a Kale type. You know what I mean? We should have those type of grappler type styles. We should have key weapons, right? We should have key weapons like users like Goku Black, Zamasu, right? Like we should have key weapon users. We should be able to choose that. That should be a certain type of fighting style that we're able to use. If we want to use key weapons like Goku Black and Zamasu, we should be able to do that, right? We should have swordsmen like Trunks and Tapion. These are all things that we need, you guys. We need these things. Like seriously, this is one of the most important things. I would have put this way higher, but I can't say that this is more important than the netcode, right? It would be kind of dishonest if I said that customizable combos is more important than the game's netcode. If I said that it was more important than a lot of the stuff at the top, you know what I mean? It's not more important than a lot of those things, but it is incredibly important. We need these fully customizable combos. Number 7, we need better combat systems, right? We need custom parry mechanics, not just cheap parry moves like Super God Shock Flash. We should actually be able to do Super God Shock Flash as a type of customizable parry in hand-to-hand combat, not as a super attack, okay? That's a big difference. That's a big difference. Okay, guys? And there should be multiple custom parry options, right? So all of the parries that we see in Xenoverse 2, we should be able to do those parries, but in an actual hand-to-hand combat, not as a super attack. There should be a dedicated parry mechanic in the game. There should be a dedicated parry mechanic, and there should be a way for us to interact, and we should be able to customize these parries and choose from certain parries. Yeah, we should be able to choose Super God Shock Flash as a certain customizable parry. That's one of them. There's many other ones that we should be able to do. So this is something that we need. We need high, medium, and low guarding, similar to Sparking Zero. That's one of the very good things in Sparking Zero. We need that, okay? That just expands the combat much deeper. You know what I mean? It makes you have to think a little bit more. It's not just, oh, I'm just gonna block, and the block is always a default. It's always a protect. No. It's good to have high, low, and medium guards because it adds mix-ups into the equation. It adds a lot of different types of scenarios into the combat that makes it a lot more dynamic, okay? So we need that. We need beam clashes. We need beam deflections, okay? And this whole section is basically just saying, don't forget the good things that you added in Sparking Zero. Please, Bandai, don't forget the good things that you already added. Don't be delusional. like don't forget stuff that's literally delusional, right? All those things that were good in Sparking Zero should literally be in Xenoverse on day 1 by default. All of those things that I just named, okay, should be in that game. We need BT3 level impact, okay? So the impact in BT3, you can feel every punch in that game. You can feel it when you're clobbering someone. When you put them hands on somebody, you can feel that you put them paws on that boy. You feel me? I need to feel that. When I'm putting belt to ass, it should feel like I'm putting belt to ass. Do you get what I'm saying? Right? And another thing that I would say in this section, but I'm not going to really talk about it too much because it's already in Xenoverse 2, right, is live combat, right? I would say live combat is one of the things that we actually need, but Xenoverse actually got that right. So all I'm gonna say here is Bandai, don't mess up, don't regress. Don't give us the Sparking Zero cutscenes, right? That's for Sparking Zero. That's what Tenkaichi does. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Xenoverse is not like that. You know what I mean? Xenoverse is better in this aspect because live combat actually allows you to punish spammers, right? You can punish spammers and you can string combos together easily with super attacks. You can kind of string combos together more better, and it's just more dynamic, right? So live combat, like the live combat system in Xenoverse was actually something that they did right. And I'm just basically saying, bring that back. Don't try to copy Sparking Zero. Just be yourself. Be yourself. Live combat is actually better than cutscenes. It is, because people can't spam as much. Or they can spam, but it significantly reduces it, and it allows you to punish them a lot more easily, right? So yeah, bring live combat. Make sure it's a thing that we see again. I didn't number it because it's already an existing thing, right? I'm just bringing that up. So Bandai, if y'all do see this, come on, you guys. Don't do dumb shit, bro. Don't do dumb shit, right? Number 8 is more transformations. For example, Saiyan should be able to transform into great apes and golden great apes, right? But the golden great ape transformation should be acquired through a max difficulty requirement. I gave an example earlier with the scaling difficulty survival mode, which is like something where you could get a transformation like that through that. Not everything should be unlocked through that. There's other things they can do. It's just an example, you guys. It's just an example. There's other things they can do, right? But yes, make it incredibly difficult to get the golden great ape. But I do think that Saiyan should be able to transform into great apes. Like, this is something that, bro, this is literally what? Child's play. Like, we've known this for how long? Since original DB, right? Like, how long have niggas been transforming into great apes, bro? Saiyans have been doing that for a minute, bro. We should have been had that. That should have been in Xenoverse 1. To be real, that should have been in Xenoverse 1. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, we need that. We need that. And just more transformations in general, not only the Saiyans and the great ape shit, just more transformations. I'm just giving you an example. A lot of these things I'm giving an example, you guys. I'm not saying this is the only way something can work. I'm not saying that, all right? I know people get like super like, I don't know, man. I don't know, but yeah, just be cool. Number 9 is, and this could have been a lot higher, but everything else that I said I think is more important than it, right? But number 9 is an open world Dragon Ball game. So we want this to be an open world. I don't want it to be a hub, right? People might disagree with me, right? But as President Rose would say, I don't want a role play hub. Okay, as President Rose would say, I don't want no role play hub, my guy. No, I don't want that shit, dog. I'm sorry. I actually want a fully explorable Dragon Ball world, right? People will call it delusional, but Dragon Ball Z Kakarot planned on doing an open world Dragon Ball game. They literally planned on doing it, but they didn't do it because characters could skip entire story arcs if they did. But that was kind of dumb, because the simple solution to that is simply to lock off certain parts of the map until you actually complete the required story arcs, right? Which is something that has actually been done in other games. In GTA Vice City, they used, but obviously it's not gonna be like Vice City. That's a whole different game. I'm just using this one example, you guys. I'm not saying that Xenoverse 3 needs to be like Vice City. Please don't take what I'm saying out of context. I hate when people do that. I'll say one thing and people will take a completely different thing from what I'm saying. I'm not saying that GTA Vice City is gonna be like needs to play like Xenoverse 3. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Right? I'm saying one thing, right? Which is that the map could be cut off the same way. In Vice City, they used hurricanes to basically say that these bridges were closed and you couldn't go to this other side of the map. They could use any weird excuse to, you know, to say that in a Dragon Ball game. And honestly, it's a Dragon Ball game. They don't even need something that realistic. They could make it so the boss or the mission prompter doesn't appear in that area until you've unlocked it. So the whole map could still be available to you, but the boss or whatever mission prompter that there is, if it was an open world, there would be mission prompters. So you would go up to certain things. Maybe there would be a boss there, or there'll be something there. You go up to it and you start the mission through the prompt or whatever there is, right, in the open world. Well, that mission prompter or that boss just won't appear until you've actually unlocked that area, right? So you could still explore that same area, but that thing won't appear until you've actually unlocked it. So there's ways that they could have done that, and there's ways that it can be done. And I don't want to hear anyone call it delusional, because it was planned in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and they just didn't do it because they didn't think deeply enough about how to make it work. You get what I'm saying? So it can be done. People, you can disagree, obviously. I know people may disagree. A lot of people might like Kanton City, but it's like, yo, we're big boys now. We're big boys now, bro. I think we're big enough now. We're old enough now that we don't need no Kanton Hub, bro. Like, I feel like the whole Kanton City thing was they just did that because the PS3 had hardware limitations. And the PS4 also had hardware limitations. You know what I mean? Much more than the PS5 does. So I think they did that for those games because it was for the hardware limitations. So they were like, okay, yeah, let's just have this Kanton City. But realistically, we're big boys now, yo. Let us explore the real Dragon Ball world. I want a fully explorable Dragon Ball world with multiple levels. I want the demon realm in there, right? All 3 levels of the demon world. They don't all have to be rendered into one world, okay, you guys? Because I know people be like, you can't render all of that into one world. Okay, then maybe you could travel to a designated area, and you could use some type of mechanic to travel basically to that demon realm or to these other parts of the world, right? If it can't be all rendered into one part of an open world, that can be fine. There's other ways to go around that. But I want to see a fully explorable Dragon Ball world with multiple levels. That would be actually amazing. That would be actually amazing. So don't have Stockholm Syndrome, you guys, okay? It can happen. We can have better. Kakarot planned on doing better. They just didn't. Don't have Stockholm Syndrome. So number 10 is unique game modes, right? And when I say that, I'm talking about like maybe a Tournament of Power, a Battle Royale type of thing, right? Like Tournament of Power was a Battle Royale, right? So in the original Tournament of Power, each universe could only choose 10 fighters, but that's far too much for Bandai servers, right? I think we can all admit, first of all, it would suck if you needed 10 friends to play this game mode, which I'm going to explain why that's not something that they should do. It would suck if you needed 10 friends in this game mode, right? But also, that's too much for Bandai servers. So maybe you could have 4-player squads like a normal BR and do it like the Tournament of Power / Battle Royale type thing like that. And that could be the Tournament of Power section. And you could also have a Battle Royale type of thing where you just do solos, trios, and duos. You know what I mean? And we're all just fighting for a free-for-all. That would be kind of sick. Like, just unique game modes, you guys. It's a video game at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So unique stuff always is really fun. Tag systems. We should have a tag team mode with friends online. It would be 2v2s, right? I could tag my boy in. He can start putting belt to your ass. You could tag your boy in. He might start putting belt to my ass. That's crazy. You feel me? That's what we need. You feel me? That's exactly what we need. We could have a tag system similar to Sparking Zero, where I put 3 of my CACs on a team, right? This is another type of tag system, completely different than the one I just talked about. The other one I just talked about was with a friend online. That's 2v2s. That's different. We could have a completely separate tag system that's similar to Sparking as well. So we could have 2 tag systems in the game. We could have 2 tag team modes, right? One with a 2v2, and then this other one right here, which is going to be similar to Sparking Zero, where I put 3 of my CACs on a team versus someone else's 3 CACs, right? Or it could be a mix. It could be a mix of CACs and cast in that mode, right? So just keep it interesting. Don't add DP, right? Don't add DP to it because that's Sparking Zero stuff. Like, don't add DP to it, right? Just make the mode like a 3 versus 3. I choose 3 of my characters and he chooses 3 of his characters. Don't add DP to it, okay? We could also have a survival mode through sagas with scaling difficulty, right? So it would be going through multiple sagas, every saga in Dragon Ball, right? The survival mode, this would be one of the coolest survival modes ever because it would be going from the beginning of Dragon Ball, well, not the beginning of Dragon Ball, but like it would be going from Dragon Ball Z, the beginning of Z, all the way to where we're at currently in Super, right? And it would go with scaling difficulty. So every single level, the difficulty would slightly increase. Every single round, the difficulty slightly increases. You would fight a boss every 5 rounds. Then you change to the next saga of DBZ. And like I said, it gets more difficult every single round that you go into. When you go into a new saga, the difficulty, might like multiply like by 2 times or something like that, right? So it just gets extremely more difficult and as you go. And you will get specific rewards depending on how far you get, right? So for example, if you complete the survival mode, you get 7 Dragon Balls and you can make a wish for something special, similar to the wish system in Xenoverse 2. So I want to see the wish system brought back as well. We're going to just incorporate that into number 10 as well because of that. And so yeah, like in the survival mode that I'm talking about, hypothetically, if you complete the mode, you get 7 Dragon Balls and you can wish for whatever you want. You can wish for something special, just like the wish system in Xenoverse 2. I want to see that brought back, okay? So this was top 10 things we're excited to see in Xenoverse 3. You guys, let me know what you guys thought about this video. If you guys disagree with me, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, like the video, you guys. All right, I really do appreciate your support. I see you guys. I see every comment. All right, I read every comment. Right, but I don't get to reply to every single comment because I have another channel. I run a Twitter page. I do a lot. All right, I do a lot online, and so if you guys do want to have a direct line of contact with me, then you can join the Discord. The Discord is linked in the description of every single video, right? It's linked in the description of this video. You'll be able to see it there. You can join the Discord and you can ask me anything, right? I would love to build a community with you guys if that's what you guys are interested in. If you guys don't, if nobody joins the Discord, that's fine. You know what I mean? I'll keep making videos and I'll keep reading and responding to what comments I can get to, right? And that is that, right? So it's Wealthy XP here. Tuning out. Be easy, y'all.